Well, as many of you guys know, each and every month on this channel, I run through exactly what is going on with my money-losing company, the Hungry Bull app, okay? And yeah, we have a big update today. I have some very bad news to share with you in regards to today's video. So we're going to run through all this in this video. Hope you guys enjoy this. As always, I'm documenting this journey on this app we've created, obviously. We've been kind of working on it all year. It released over the summer, probably about August. We kind of got it out there in the market, and just been focused on kind of building it to where we're at today. And like I said, I do have some bad news to definitely share in regards to today's video. And so, these videos are kind of for the, I don't know what you call it, the trials and tribulations or whatever they say, in regards to running a new company like this, essentially. So in regards to the app, we'll start out with the good news first, okay? Then we'll get into the bad news. So good news wise, this is our new look on the front page. I think it looks clean. I really like this. This is definitely my new favorite in terms of the front page of the app. We have the Dow, NASDAQ, S&P, Russell all up there, which I think are all extremely important. I just like it for folks to be able to open the app and boom, right there. It's right in front of your face. It's, you got everything you really want to see in terms of overall indexes or the markets in general. It's right there, right? Also have Ethereum, Bitcoin, ADA for obviously all the folks that care about crypto, and gold price as well. So I feel like just by opening the app, literally, you're going to have a pretty good understanding of like what's going on in the market, how people are feeling, those sorts of things right there. So I like that, and I like the new look. We got the percentage, the point change, and so I'm definitely a big fan of that. Also, right up here, basically over the last 2 or 3 weeks, we went down a different route. So what we're doing is we're becoming kind of like a content house now, where we're producing our own original content in mass scale, essentially, on a day in, day out basis. So we have several different writers now writing for Hungry Bull, and the team's led by Cole, and producing content almost around the clock now at this point on big news stories that are coming out, big breaking things that people should be paying attention to out there in the markets in general, and it's in the stock market space and the crypto space. We're definitely heavier toward business and stock related things versus crypto things, but we definitely cover a good amount of crypto stuff as well. And I like how right at the front of the page we're highlighting that, like here's the newest breaking news story we're covering, and I think that's something that's going to be really successful for us long term, as folks understand this is an app you can come to and basically find out, news that's going on out there, like big breaking news and stuff like that. Then we obviously still have our daily newsletter, which covers a ton of stuff and kind of gives you a market recap for that particular day. So definitely overall liking the homepage. And then below that, we have trending stories, which we can kind of curate and put what we feel is like, more trending topics that folks should kind of pay attention to. So overall, definitely enjoying the homepage more. And at the bottom of it, we now have an affiliate. So we have a few affiliates now for Hungry Bull. So at least we can somewhat offset the cost. It doesn't really offset it that much, but at least it offsets a little bit. So we got this deal with MOOMOO where folks can get 5 free stocks for signing up with MOOMOO for this month. So that's a really cool thing. So I'm happy a lot of folks are getting to enjoy that, and we get to make a little money through our affiliate program. So it helps offset some of the cost, but believe me, it's not doing very much. Let's just put it that way compared to the cost of the overall business, but it helps out a little bit. So that's good. So overall, definitely happy with the direction of the homepage and the fact that we're becoming more of a content house, okay? Also, when you go to the news category, it used to come up on the newsletter side. Now it comes up under the breaking, which just gets into more of this. What I'm trying to get across to folks that use our app is it's like we're covering some of the biggest stuff you got to possibly pay attention to out there in the markets. And everybody's been kind of trained from me from the ground up on like, here's stuff that actually matters to people, and here's what folks are actually going to care about. Because a lot of other, let's just call it, mainstream media financial outlets and whatnot, a lot of them, they will cover everything going on, and it's not just the stuff that's necessary. I really want us covering the stuff that people actually care about. So that's good, okay? Also, we got our earnings call and SEC reports much more up to date now, which is a big factor. This is one of the I think it called the hidden gems of the Hungry Bull app, in my opinion. The fact that you can listen to earnings calls and read SEC reports right inside the app. And now we're being able to, cover this. Or, I don't want to say cover it. Basically, it's being like up to date on like an everyday basis, which is good and very important, because before we were lagging sometimes up to a week on some of these earnings calls and whatnot. But now it seems like we got, like, if there's an earnings call happens, like within 24 hours, it's up and on the app. So I definitely like that same exact thing with SEC reports from what I'm seeing seeing so far. So that's good. Obviously, the thing is there's thousands and thousands of stocks out there, so it's tough to try to make sure every single one of them is perfect and up to date. But we're definitely trying our best, and it's at a much better level than it's ever kind of been at. So very, very thrilled about that. The 1-year charts, this is good news and bad news. The 1-year charts are phenomenal we have now. Right with your thumb, you can basically just kind of, overview it and see day by day, essentially, exactly where the market's been at for basically the past year. The problem is for the one day, 1 week, 1 month, and the max charts, they're not good. They're just not good. There's not nearly enough data points for those. So we have like great 1-year charts, and then the rest of the charts are not good at all. So what we need to do is get all our other charts to get a lot more data input, where maybe it's on a minute-by-minute basis or something like that for the 1 day at least, or at least every 5 minutes, because right now those charts just aren't good. The 1 year is phenomenal though. So yeah, moving in the right direction. And then key stats, we fixed this a few weeks ago during the month of November. Basically, you have your whole financials tab, which goes into in depth. But as far as like if somebody's just doing the base research, like I always think about like what do you need to kind of, spark an idea whether you want to start going further or not, right? A lot of folks love to see the 52-week highs and the 52-week lows. So you got to have that on there. A lot of folks love to see the day highs and day lows. So you got to have that. The 3-month average volume versus the volume on that given day. A lot of people love to see that. The market cap, people love to see the market cap. Price to sales ratio, PE, and forward P. Those are some of the most key stats, in my opinion, that folks like to look at if they're doing their very initial base research there. So yeah, got that going, and just looking to hopefully update those numbers more often, because sometimes they're not updating. They're updating like every 3 days to 7 days right now. I want it to be updated more often. So as with this app, it's one big game of let's make this better. Okay, we're doing this. Let's make it better and better and better. And that's just, the name of the game essentially. So, I'm never satisfied. So as far as the news category, this is big. So we've got it to a point where we're getting news from almost everywhere else, right? So obviously we're covering our own in-house news stuff, but that's, we're only going to be able to cover so much even with a team of 3 to 5 writers, right? So now we have this where basically we're pulling in from Seeking Alpha and Bazinga and CNBC and Yahoo Finance and like so many other publications that if you're into, let's say, Alibaba stock, you're into that stock, right? You're doing research and you want to look at any recent news, we're going to have like almost every big publication that would has featured anything about Alibaba stock, it's going to be there, okay? And so that's a big thing. I absolutely love that, and I think that is something that a lot of folks are really enjoying as well, and just kind of another one of those hidden gems. This is big. So, we used to have this news about your cryptos thing, but it didn't work, essentially. It was just kind of like blank, and if you clicked on it, like nothing happened, okay? So now, if you go to your cryptos, now if you click that, you'll actually get news about the cryptos you follow. And the cool thing about that is it's literally about your cryptos, not just about the entire crypto market. It's like if they're referencing Ethereum for something, that will pop up there, right? If they're referencing ADA for something, that's going to pop up there, right? And the same exact thing with your stock. So if you follow, let's say, Apple and Microsoft stock, and that's the only 2 stocks you follow, you'll only get news that's curated from basically that includes Apple or Microsoft stock. So yeah, I'm really happy about that, and obviously I'm trying to take things even more serious in 22 when it comes to cryptos, all right? Now, more good news before we kind of get to the bad news here is ratings are really good on the App Store, 4.8 out of 5 stars. First off, thank you to everybody. Seriously, thank you to everybody who's ever put in a rating. If you really enjoy this app and you put in a rating like on iOS or Android, thank you. That means a lot to the team. That helps us out immensely. And so I just want to say to you guys, thank you for doing that. And it helps us out. Also, good news is we did get a release out in the last 24 hours, which is good. And so, yeah, that's good news as far as all that goes, okay? So that's basically where the good news ends, and now we get into the bad news. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free to do so, okay? So let's get into the bad news, and let me kind of tell you a little bit about the future and where we're focused on for the next month or two, okay? Alrighty, so the bad. So first off here, 7-day numbers tanked last week. This is always the most important metric I look at in trying to judge like how we're doing. And 7-day numbers just tanked off a cliff, okay? And like I said, that's the numbers I care about the most. I care about that even more than monthly active users or 1-day numbers, okay? Now, it's basically because of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving week happened last week, and basically what happens over Thanksgiving is a lot of people just kind of tune out of anything news related. YouTube views, I've been on YouTube for, 5+ years now. I've been through 5 Thanksgivings, and every single time from basically starting the day before Thanksgiving all the way through basically the, Cyber Monday, views just go down. It's just bad, okay? So it's just the way it is. People they go on trips, they spend time with their family. They're just, not very in tune with the market. They don't really care what's going on with the market. And, 7-day numbers just obviously tanked. Now, that's bad. However, I have full faith that we're going to pop right back up to record highs over the next 2 weeks. The next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll pop up to record highs for 7-day numbers. And then we'll tank again. It'll likely tank right around Christmas time. Basically, Christmas, same exact thing happens during Thanksgiving. People go out of town. People are traveling. People are spending time with their families. People, get out of tune with the market. And likely 7-day numbers will tank again, unfortunately, right around Christmas and New Year's as well. And then we'll likely be up onto record highs again. But it's not fun. I can tell you, it's not fun in the short term to see your 7-day numbers go. I mean, we were at we were coming up on 20,000, and then just everybody went away, and now it's at 15,000. So like I said, over the next week or two, we'll start popping back up to record highs. But it's not fun when you have to go through that. It's no different than your stock account when your stock account goes down, and you have to you see the account balance lower and lower and lower. It's not fun to go through, but it is part of the game, and we do have to accept that. Okay, now more bad news. Obviously, stocks are tanking right now. I think that means some people will get drowned out of the stock market, right? There's going to be too much pain for some folks, and they're just going to be like, I'm done. I'm done with the stock market. I don't care about the stock market. I don't care about business news. I don't care about any of this. I'm going back to my old life, okay? And so I think that will happen to a certain extent. I don't think we have a lot of those folks using the Hungry Bowl app, to be quite honest, so I'm not extremely worried about it, but it is absolutely a factor that some folks will just be like, I've lost money in the stock market. I'm out of this thing. I'm cashing out. Forget this. And 22 and beyond, they don't care anything about the stock market businesses. Like I said, I don't think we have a lot of those people, to be quite frank, on the Hungry Bowl app, but it's definitely a possibility that we have some of those folks that are just going to be like, I'm done with the market, right? Because so many stocks are just tanking, getting worse and worse and worse, and it could continue to get worse for the next few weeks, okay? So that's definitely a factor. On the flip side, you can say some folks are more interested in the market when stocks are tanking and there's drama in the market, and so they're more likely to read if things keep getting worse. So I don't know. That's kind of that thing, right? Then as far as more bad news, $10,000 plus a week is our cash burn right now. So brought down a little bit of cost on the tech side, but still we're burning about $10,000 per week. So, I mean, the way I look at that, obviously the Hungry Bowl is a 5-year project. So it's a long-term project. So, it sucks. Like, it's what I understood going in is like, this is going to burn a hole in my pocket for a long time. I think we're probably at maybe $400,000, if not more than $400,000 in losses for the Hungry Bowl since this, project started, obviously. So, it's a big number, right? It's a really, really large number, $400,000 plus and $10,000 per week. I think there's a chance we get to, close to break even in 22 if we start, ramping up the numbers and we can get some actual sponsors that care about, sponsoring some of the stories and things like that. There's a chance we could get to somewhere around break even in probably late 22. But this thing is a cash burn for, many, many, many months to go in the future. It's going to keep burning 10K. We did launch a merch store as well on the app as well, but how many people really care about merch at the end of the day? So it's going to continue to be a burn a hole in my pocket. The tough thing about that is I'm looking at so many stocks that are just getting devastated right now and probably will continue to throughout much of December. And I'm just like, I could put that extra $10,000 a week into all these stocks getting devastated. But at the end of the day, this is, we're trying to create this into a massive, massive game-changing app, day by day, month by month, and year by year. And so, you have to go through this sort of pain to get to the other side, right? If this was easy, everybody would do it. And it's obviously not easy. So that's kind of the bad there. Now, in terms of where we're kind of going over the next month or so, I actually want to take a step back from the app. I want us to get rid of some of our tech debt. And I actually really want us to build out a desktop website, because I'm looking at all this content we're producing, and I feel like we can get basically what we're doing on the Hungry Bull app, I think we can do that as a desktop version as well. So if you want to have a watch list of your stocks on desktop, if you want all our news we're putting out, you can have it on desktop, right? And maybe we can even start getting fed into the Google algorithms and whatnot. And so if somebody's looking up Apple stock, we could, be featured on the news section and things like that, which will get us more discovery. So I think that's a big opportunity for us, and so that's where I really want the tech team kind of focused from kind of, the middle of December throughout pretty much February is really on building out a great desktop site, and we can repurpose the news content we're putting on the app to the website, and the website can become a funnel to get folks over to the app, right, which is absolutely free to use, and both of them will be free to use. So yeah, so that's all that's going on, guys. Hope you enjoy this as always, and my transparency and sharing the good and the bad and all the things that's going on with this project. It's a big one, and I have a long-term vision. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this as always. Much love as always. Thanks for everybody that uses the app and enjoys it, and I appreciate you. Have a great day.